USELESSSKILLS here. So, Acolyte, episode 3. Wow, what a dividing factor. So, I talked to my friend after the last 2 episodes, because again, I'm a Star Wars fan, but I'm very surface level. You know, I've seen all the movies, I've seen, I guess, all the shows, but I haven't read the comics. You know, I'm not deep in the lore. I don't remember a lot of stuff. I didn't watch all the cartoons, you know, like I had to go back and watch some of the, you know, Rebel Wars or whatever it is. And, for Ahsoka and stuff like that. But again, not super heavy, just casual. I guess I would call myself a casual Star Wars fan. And I was enjoying this series so far. Again, the fight scenes in episode 1, fight scene in episode 2 kept me going, right? I was expecting more fight scenes in this episode, and that's really, I feel like, what they missed, at least for me, to keep me engaged and interested. And I'm kind of regretting saying that I'm going to be reviewing this series episode to episode, because, like, I don't know if I want to keep up with it. You know, Game of Thrones is coming out soon, The Boys is coming out, and I'm going to be definitely watching those shows, so I don't know if I'm going to keep up with this one, but I'll try for this, right? And actually, I'll do a review or an episode, episode breakdown or whatever for those shows, since I'm already doing one for this one. But yeah, I don't know. This episode, it was boring. I fell asleep multiple times trying to get through it. And it was a lot of talking, a lot of exposition. Then finally, towards the end of the episode, where something like cool might have happened, right? Because we see the dead bodies. We don't. Oh, by the way, spoilers. If you haven't seen the 3rd episode, go watch it and then watch this. There's fire all over the place and whatever. And I guess now we see why each twin thought the other twin was dead, even though the second twin, like the evil twin, which I confused in the last review, by the way, May and Osha, I confused their names. May is the evil one, Osha is the good one, so whatever. But yeah, so Osha's character, I understand why she thinks her sister's dead, and I follow through with that. Like, I get that part, and why all the Jedi think she's dead and all this other stuff. But May's character, I don't understand why. She went to, like, the same spot that Osha was hiding in or whatever from the beginning, so she's like, oh, she's dead. She's not here. She must be dead. But she knew the Jedi were coming for her, so I'm like, why didn't you just, you know what I mean, go find out if she went with the Jedi or not? Anyway, whatever. And they are twins, you know, the yin and the yang. There's a good twin and there's a bad twin, which is kind of repetitive, been done before, seen it a bunch of times. Not as interesting as, again, the theory that I had in the initial viewing, that I thought, you know, they were going to go down that road, but I guess not. They're both alive, and one's good and one's evil. That's pretty much it. The most interesting thing of this episode... Oh, my bad. I'm supposed to play this while I'm talking, because I'm trying not to last a long time. But yeah, the most interesting thing about this episode was that the mom, or one of the moms, or the moms were talking, but one of the moms somehow created the twins, and how she created the twins is like the mystery that I would like to know. So maybe that'll keep me going for the show. But like, this is the episode that I'm like, I'm not invested in the characters. I'm not invested in the story. I'm not invested at all, but I'll keep going for that mystery, and again for you guys, just to review every episode. But yeah, the show for me has tapered off this last one. I thought they'd save the flashbacks of what really happened for maybe the end, or trickle the flashbacks throughout, like between the twins, like how one remembers something happening and the other one remembers the other thing happening, and then the truth of what actually happened. That would have been a bit more interesting. This was kind of like just exposition. This is all happening. This is happening here, and this is happening there, and they're all talking throughout everything, and there was no action in it. The Jedi show up, and the Jedi... I like that they showed the Jedi as kind of the bad guys in this. So these, I think it's like witches or something. I remember playing the video game, the more recent one, not the second most recent one, but the one that came out right before that, right? The with the guy who played the Joker in the Gotham series, and now he's in the video game. Anyway, those of you that know what I'm talking about. He's we play him as like a Jedi in the game, and he goes to this planet, right, where there's Darth Maul's planet, and there's a bunch of witches. And then the girl, or one of the moms, is, I think, from Darth Maul's planet or species, because she kind of looks like Darth Maul. So I'm like, okay, are these like descendants of Darth Maul? Are these girls somehow descendants of Darth Maul? Is like the witches from that thing? Are they on this planet creating, these Force children or something? I don't know. Anyway, that seemed interesting. So I'm like, yeah, let's explore that. But they didn't really explore that. They kind of left it as a mystery. And I'm like, that's the mystery that I want, not the mystery of these girls and one's evil, one's good, and one got fire. Sorry, one died in fire, or one they thought one died in the fire, the other one didn't die in the fire, whatever. I find that stupid. I don't care about that storyline at all, and I didn't really care because now we know that they're both alive, so I don't really care how it happened, unless again they're gonna go back and there's like a flashback. Well, I mean they should have done it in this episode, this flashback episode. They should have showed the Jedi just ganking all these witches, because that's probably what happened. We're walking through the bodies with Osha and the Qui-Gon Jinn like Jedi dude, the Asian dude. We're walking through the coven with them, trying to escape, and there's bodies everywhere, and all the bodies are not burned. So I'm like, the Jedi killed these people, and I'm like, I would have loved to have seen that, instead of just, I guess it happened off screen and we're now escaping. I don't know. I just feel like that is a missed opportunity, because that would have been a great fight scene, or at least a cool fight scene to see how they fight versus how the Jedi fight. And yeah, I don't know. But I do like, again, how they showed the Jedi kind of being the bad guy here, just going into a planet, finding Force, Force sensitive children and being like, you got to come be Jedis. You can't be nothing else. Got to be Jedis. And so, I enjoyed, I don't know what the name of it is, but there's an animated, kind of like a prequel to Ahsoka's character, and how they showed her mom and her as a kid in a village and all sorts of stuff. And like, there's a couple episodes in between. And one of the episodes they had, I think, a young Qui-Gon Jinn and a young Obi-Wan, I believe. And they were on a planet where there's farmers or something, and the senator or some rich person lost their kid to like the village. Like the village kidnapped this kid because the senator's not paying them or keeping the wealth to himself or something like that. But the senator's like in league with the Jedi. So they're like, the Jedi are here to take the senator's kid back and not let him, whatever. So basically I was on the villager side in that, like the planet side, and not the Jedi side. So I was like, wow. Like, and then also Count Dooku's character, there was like another episode where he was shown of like how he became evil, and like one of the, I think it was like a Lady Yoda, found out that he was evil or whatever, and he had to take her out, but they were like friends. And like the whole thing of like how a Jedi can become evil, it's not that, to me, like once the Jedi Council and all this stuff is in place and all the rules that they have to follow, and the fact that they're away from their loved ones and all this stuff, it kind of does make them cold, like kind of, to me, more dark side than light. And so all of the, I guess, the elements of what would become the arrogance and all the things that basically brought down the Jedi Empire, I like to explore that stuff. So they kind of explored it here, like the fact that these people could just come into a village and be like, hey, we're going to take your child because they're Force sensitive. We're going to teach them how to be a Jedi. And it's like they have their own beliefs. They have their own stuff. And for at least one of the twins, right, because the other one definitely was, Osha wanted to be a Jedi. But the other one was like, nah, I want to be a witch. So it's more like, the fact of, are they given a choice or are they not given a choice? The fact that in the second episode, I believe it was, when she went after that dude that was like meditating and had the force field, that he kind of killed himself because of whatever he did. So I assume they did attack the coven and they felt bad about it because they were just trying to, protect the girls or whatever. So that's kind of evil, you know what I mean? Like there's things that the Jedi have to do in the name of good, that I feel like it's not that good. And so I really enjoy that aspect of exploring that stuff. But again, this didn't really dive into that. And again, for most of the stuff that I watch, I really would enjoy a show not tell. You know what I mean? Show me the actions, show me the things that are, that you want to portray. Don't tell me with exposition dumps about stuff. I don't know. It's just a lot. It was just a lot to me. My son made a special appearance. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. Hold on. And yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below about this series. I'm gonna keep trying. I'm gonna push through. Hopefully, it does get better. I'm hoping, or at least there's a couple cool fight scenes to look forward to. Who knows? Anyway, already have a Disney Plus membership, so might as well enjoy the rest of the show, right? Let me know what you guys think down below, and we'll discuss. This has been A Useless Skill.